Okay, let's get started. You've got, if you look on page, well, the first page, I think it's 9 or 93. 93. It shows there something like this. Now, there's 2 more groups of organic compounds we've got to talk about. We've got to start adding fluorine, chlorine, bromine to them. That's the one group. We call those the haloalkanes or the haloalkenes. Halo. Now, halo stands for halogen. And the halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine. So if we add fluorine, chlorine, or bromine to them, I'm watching those folks who are talking. I'm putting them at the back. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm going to have to make you sit at the back because we can't keep asking you to keep quiet. You've got to pay attention too. So when you look at that, you should maybe by now see that it's a substance called what? With 2 carbons double bonded, it's called ethene. Okay, so let's just presume you know the first 8 groups. When we add chlorine to it, it becomes chloroethene. So now we've got to finalize and know our naming. Just say chloroethene, everybody. Chloroethene. Now, so we're going to call it this one, chloroethene. Now, we have a thing called the functional group. Normally, I teach it right at the beginning. The functional group is whatever makes it an ene or an ane or an ine or a L or a one. Do you know what I mean? The special part of that molecule, the one part of that molecule that makes it a special thing. So in this case, we call that, what is it? It's functional group. Just say that, everybody. Functional group. Now, all those that have the same functional grouping belong to the same homologous series. You see, normally I teach this first. Homo means the same. Logos means to write. They're all written in the same way. So we have a homologous series, and each homologous series has its own functional group. Oh, have we lost anybody yet? So what's the functional group of the enes? What is the functional group here? The carbons with a double bond. That is the functional group. All happy? Yes. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. The haloalkanes, or haloalkenes in this case, have got 2 functional groups. They've got the halogen, which is group 7, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Then they've also got their ene property. Happy with that? So the homologous series, this would be an alkene, but it's got something else. So we name it with what's added in front. Now, I just have to throw you in at the deep end. We don't just say that this is ethene. It's got 4 chlorine. So we say it is chloroethene, but now we have to say how many chloros. So we go, if it's 2, it's di. If it's 3, it's tri. And if it's 4, it's tetra. Tetrachloroethene. tetrachloroethene. All one word. Excuse me? We don't go above 4, thank goodness. But it would be hexachloroethene or pentene. Because we can't fit any more on there. So it goes like this: tetra or tri if it's 3, or di, or well, if it's just 1, we don't have to say di. So we're going to put that in front. Now here, please don't say that because it sounds so 1994. Thank you. And no one ever called me boss, they called me friend. So, okay, so now we've also got to number. We've got to number the carbons. So we number them 1, 2. It doesn't actually matter if we number them the opposite way around because they symmetrical. Make sense, everybody? Make sense? However, if it had 1 chlorine and 3 hydrogens, and the chlorine was there, I would definitely number that number 1. If the chlorine was sitting here and a hydrogen was sitting there, I would then call that number 1 and that number 2. Now why? Why? Because we always number from the functional group side. So if, I'm just going to have to take a chance, I'm going to teach my hate me, but I'm meeting a blackboard. If we drew something like this, carbon OH and a second carbon, would you be able to name that? Would you be able to name CCOH? Methanol. Where would I number it from? Which would be the carbon I would number it from? Would I start from the functional group, that carbon, or would I start on the opposite side?
The functional side.
Functional group side. We always start numbering from the functional group side. Now in this case it's got 2 functional groups, so it makes no difference the ene part. But let's start numbering that carbon number 1 on the chlorine. It's got 2 functional groups, so now what decides me is let's make carbon number 1 the one with the chlorine. Now how would we name this? Well, it's ethene and it's chloroethene. And that's its name. There's no di or tri or tetra, it's just chloro. Ethene. I could also call it 1-chloroethene. Now they are very persnickety actually, about if you get one thing wrong, they're not going to give you a mark. So let's get this right, guys. It's 1-chloroethene. That is its name. That is its molecular name. What if it had 2 chlorines? What if we put a second chlorine here? How would we name it? Well, it's dichloro. So it would become dichloro. But how do we indicate that both chlorines are on number 1? We would say 1, 1 dash dichloroethene. Happy with it?
So why 1, 1?
Because both chlorines are on carbon number 1. Happy with it? Let's put it on carbon number 2. Let's put a chlorine there. It would become 1, 2 dichloroethene. And what if I put another chlorine there?
1, 2.
It would become
1,
2, 2 tri. No space, chloroethene. And if it's 4, tetrachloroethene. or 1, 2, 3, 4 dash tetrachloroethene. I love this stuff. I loved it 40 something years ago when I was studying it at university. I still love it. You like it? No? Okay, well, hopefully when you get to know it, you'll get to like it. It's always the stranger you don't like, but when you get to know them, you'll love these threads. All happy about that? Okay, so let's get you busy because I think you need to get started. Can you try and find the functional group on each of these things and then start just in little small thing numbering each carbon, number the carbons on this whole page and maybe find some more. Do you know what I mean? Let's just see if you can number carbons first of all. Won't take you 5 minutes. If you need help, I'll come around and help you.